Hey, my Sagittarius babies, how you doing? I hope everybody is safe in the midst of all this chaos going on. This is EJ from Taurota Tarot, getting ready to do your April 2020 reading. I have already shuffled my cards, so I am cutting them up, trying to cut down on my time on the video. See how that goes. At any rate, Sagittarius, this is your reading for the month of September. Ooh, wow. Month of April. Here we go. So let's see what we got going on here. As I was shuffling the cards, y'all are going through some big ass changes. I don't know what the hell, but it's very clear to me. Oh yeah. Y'all are going through some changes. The fuck. Anytime you see personal growth, yeah, just buckle up. Just buckle up. Power. Healing, yeah. Some of y'all are coming out of some situations. Y'all are coming out of some heavy duty situations. And yeah, y'all got a lot of master numbers, 66, 88, 33. Y'all got things changing. So for your overall energy, financial and material changes is pulling the Ace of Wands. Your base chakra, or the I have, is pulling the Star card. And a reminder, I do my reading straight up. I don't do reversals. Personal growth, pulling the King of Wands. Forgiveness pulls the Temperance card. Passion ignited pulls the Nine of Wands. Power pulls the Two of Coin. Healing pulls the Three of Cups. Abundance pulls the Strength card, and the Strength card has shown up damn near every reading that I've had in the past week. Patience pulls the King of Cups. Parenting pulls the Ace of Swords, and communication, that ain't no mistake, don't get that part twisted, pulls the Moon card. Oh, my dear Sagittarians, what's going on with you? So your overall energy for the month of April, financial and material changes with this little, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, it's a girl, little girl looking at the match like, ooh, ah. Some of y'all are looking at your finances like, ooh, ah. And considering the energy that we're in, considering the things that are going on, I'm not surprised. A lot of y'all are trying to just wrap your head around some things that have gone on. So however this is resonating with you, definitely talking about the restructuring of finances here. Some of you may be out of work right now because of the coronavirus. Others of you may be looking at your current job going, really? This is what y'all doing? It's where you are right now. So this is, the energy here is a heavy indicator that there are big changes coming as far as your financial and material situation is concerned. Again, a lot of y'all are just, in Sagittarius, fucking fire. That's y'all, y'all are on fire. All that red, come on. Y'all are on fire because you're looking at things like the fuck. It's your overall energy. The back end of your overall energy with the base chakra, or the I have. A lot of y'all are here. This is the part of your overall energy that's really holding you down. It's just the grounded part, that part in your stomach part. Y'all are trying to manifest your hopes, wishes, and dreams, but I have a sense here a lot of you have been complacent about doing certain things, and now you kind of going the fuck in the fuck, did the fuck a fuck. It's about where y'all are. With this sitting on top of the I have, it feels like y'all are feeling like you have things, but you're wondering how come you don't have that thing, whatever that is. I think for a lot of you, it is not just romantic, it is also professional. And the sense coming back here off of the Star card is that y'all have been a bit complacent. And I think now some of you are realizing it. You may not have heeded an internal GPS system, if you will, also known as intuition. You may not have heeded your intuition a few months ago. Something may have been telling you it was time to do something different, and y'all like, nah, ain't nothing serious gonna happen. And then here comes the coronavirus. Well, there you go. And so everybody should have shook up. Don't beat up on yourself, Sagittarius. We can only do what we can do when we can do it. And a lot of times we mistake our intuition trying to tell us things. And I know this is intuition related because of all this damn indigo and purple in this card. And instead of maybe catching one of them stars falling out of the sky, y'all were like, nah, I'm good right here. This is where I was trying to be. And this is what the universe will do for you if you get too complacent, too comfortable in one situation. Looking at the King of Wands on top of the growth card, usually this is the player card, but not so much player energy as it is just, what do we want to call it? Maybe you've just been a bit too comfortable, going right back to that star card, in your current situation, or what was previously known as your current situation. And so things are happening. What you need to understand is things are happening right now for your personal growth. No other reason. It's just time to grow in certain areas. And so you need the strength. Another strength card is around here somewhere. There it is. You need the strength of a king, if you will, to start moving forward. This is your energy. This is fire energy. This is wands. You need some of that cocky self-assuredness. Now, the flip side to that cocky self-assuredness is just what I said up here. You're too cocky and you're too assured and you get complacent. There you go. So just know things that are going on right now. You need to pull on the strength of a king. And since this is in your element, fire, you need the strength of the action in order to kick off this personal growth. You'll see it happening, but in order to make the changes that need to be made, you're going to have the balls of the king and just do it. A lot of you may not want to do it because you're in your little comfort zone. And this is what I say about Sagittarius. Y'all are kind of like Taurus in a way. We're very, we want things like this. Y'all like the excitement and the adventure, but y'all like to know where home base is. And when shit gets like it is now, y'all ain't feeling some of this shit. Understand and know this is about your personal growth and you growing from the inside out, not the outside in. You need to pull on the strength. Y'all hear me? Y'all need to pull on that strength of the king so you can see where you need to grow personally. When we get next door to the forgiveness with the temperance card on top, there's some situations, both romantically and professionally, where you may have been out of balance. And because you were out of balance, you may have said and done some things that weren't quite right. So, what do we want to say? I don't want to say energy, because that's not quite right. But being in an atmosphere of forgiveness, you need to forgive yourself. Come right back up here. Because you feel like you missed some things that were probably the handwriting on the wall at some point, and you didn't. And a lot of you missing this, whatever this is going on in your life. And it feels like a lot of y'all had just, call them key indicators, back in December that you needed to change, but you didn't. And a part of that is because you were not in balance. You were not moderated, calibrated where you needed to be. That resonating right back to personal growth. And so you need to forgive yourself, and you need to forgive people around you. You may have said and done things recently like, fuck this, fuck that, blah. You just need to forgive now. You fuck it. And particularly yourself. Because like I said, a lot of you may be feeling like y'all just missed Just missed the whole thing because y'all were just off on something else. And it's okay. It happens. And in part, when you look at times like this, and if you look at the planetary setup, this is Saturn and Pluto conjunction energy that we're in right now. Saturn being the disciplinarian. A lot of times it'll shake your shit up enough where you will see where you've been out of balance, and you will see why you're having this shakeup. There may be things you don't want to let go of, but you need to, so you can continue growing personally, but you got to have some balance. And so maybe during the month of April, working on forgiving yourself and others and bringing some balance back into your life, so you are not feeling all of this just internal chaos. Forgive yourself, Sagittarius. There is nothing wrong with that. A lot of times we don't forgive ourselves, and we are 20 years down the road beating ourselves up for some shit that happened 20 years before. That throws you out of balance because you got more past shit dwelling in your head than you do current or future. I'm just saying. So April may be the month where you just need to have an attitude of forgiveness, not only to others, but to yourself. When we get to that, passion ignited and your brain on fire, again, this is your energy, that fire energy. And so you may have some things coming up this month that just get your gold and get you all revved up. However, look at the situation clearly. And so while I always say this is your brain on fire, if you look closely, it's really a matter of perspective. His brain, his head is really not on fire, and he's far enough away from the fire. But if you're looking at the car, it just looks like he got fire sitting on top of his head. Don't exaggerate what you see. Whatever's got you all fired up, all this damn fire, don't, again, having balance. And if it's on the board, it's in play all month. So it's about bringing some balance to your game and not overdoing, over-exaggerating, overstating what's really going on. You may meet somebody. Ooh, ah. But it might be less ooh and more ah. I'm just saying, seeing things as they are and not just blowing things out of proportion one way or the other, good or bad. Something to remember for the month about over-exaggeration. You're going to get hemmed up. If you start blowing shit out of proportion or adding on to the story, it's going to come back to bite you in the booty. I'm just going to put it out there. But balance. I don't know what the hell with the balance and the temperance. Just like you see 3 right there and 3 right there. Yeah, that part. Having some balance and not over-exaggerating what you see. Maybe taking the rose-colored glasses off and not letting your head explode, or at least the perception of your head exploding over what's really going on. Once again, balance, Sagittarius, for the month of April. Balance. That's the word. That is your word. But some of you may not realize the power you have in certain situations. You may not realize, and this is more fire. Fuck, y'all just loaded up with the fire this month. This is Leo energy right here. You see the lion. But the power that you have, many of you may not realize the power you have. And so because you don't realize that, we're going to come right back to this, because you're a little out of whack and out of balance. Come up with the wishy-washy shit. Well, I don't know. If I should do that, this ain't the time. Sagittarius, this is not the time for wishy-washy, I don't know what to do type bullshit. You need to pick something, make up your mind, and move forward. If you stay in this up in the air, unbalanced, emotionally unbalanced, from a grounded earth perspective, I know y'all a fire sign, I get it, but if you don't get too much emotional not enough groundedness, not enough practicality to what you're doing. That brings up a whole lot of wishy-washy issues about I don't know and maybe. And quit playing all the scenarios. Get with what it is that you are trying to do, whether it's in the bedroom or the boardroom. Quit being wishy-washy and over here and over there, and come up with a game plan. I don't know where this is coming from, because you got the power to make shit happen. One more time. Pat out. You got it. You just need to recognize it. And when you're in a state of flux, sometimes it's a little hard to see that. Again, coming back to the Temperance card and the forgiveness. Forgive yourself if you are not making just spot on decisions. It's okay, but you have to acknowledge that to bring yourself back into balance, so that you don't have your head all up in the air and just emotional, unstable, financial, everything just up in the air. You need to pick a path, or that one, and go with it. Your centerpiece in your challenge card is right here. That is it for the month of April. This is your challenge to heal. Some situations are going to hurt some of you, and this is a lot of major energy on the board and a lot of master energy. When you start seeing double numbers like this, 66, 88, 44, 33, 22, 11, them big master numbers. Even though only 11 and 22 are recognized as master numbers, when I see doubles, I think master numbers, and I think whatever the master number is a big deal. This is a big deal. You need to heal. You need to forgive. Don't all that go together? I'm just saying. Particularly when it comes to any situations where there are more than one. So family comes to mind. For some of you, this may be about a third party situation. Come on. You may need to heal from it and forgive and move forward. Some of you, this is painful. I can just feel gut-wrenching type of shit. You know, I didn't know you had a baby on the outside. It's that kind of party. I didn't know y'all was gonna hire somebody. It's that kind of energy. Yeah. I didn't know I was gonna lose my job. It's that kind of energy. You need to heal. And here's the thing with this. You're not gonna have a chance. This is over. The days of just kind of lazing around and counting the stars and, oh, I have everything and everything is wonderful and all of my wishes are day. Them days is over. You're going to have to get up off Duffus and work for it, so you can start healing, start forgiving, and start dealing with these group situations, however that resonates. People that work backstabbing you, your partner doing some outside extra shit you didn't know about, your family betraying you. This is the kind of shit that happens. And then when you put yourself in a situation where you gotta deal with these people on a day-to-day basis now, where you can't go nowhere, you can't do nothing, so everybody's stuck in the house, texting and on the phone, and you know, one thing leads to another, and it's a big knockdown, drag out, blowout. You're gonna have to heal during the month of April. And you need to make it a point, Sagittarius. Don't bullshit around with this energy. Go ahead and do the inner work that you need to do, and quit putting that shit off up here laying around like it's okay, and do what you need to do for yourself. Which brings us right back to, sometimes cards get on my nerves with the clarity of what they're saying. It just brings you right back to the bottom to the top, the strength and the power. You have it. You may be thinking, I don't have it. Yes, you do have it. And you have it abundantly. You have it abundantly. There's nothing little about this. And when you recognize that you do have the strength, more fire energy, I'll be damned. Y'all just loaded up with fire. When you recognize that you do have the strength and you have it in full supply, it makes it easier to move forward. But I think for many of you, until you get to forgiving whom or whatever you need to forgive, including yourself, and until you heal, it's about you. And so you may have to step up to the plate and do the forgiveness in order for the healing to start. Other people may still want to stand in the kitchen and argue and fight and throw knives and do some other shit. You may have to come up with the power and the strength to start healing and forgiving. And once you start, other folks are probably going to fall in line. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Hey, you apologize, I'm so sorry. But you might have to kick that part off. Just know you got it in spades. Everything that you need to move forward, you have it in spades. Plenty of it. But you've got to recognize it. And in part, until all this major energy on the board, you can moderate your emotional with your physical, with your financial, with your spiritual. There's them 4 parts to the card right there. Until you can bring some of that into balance. I'm not saying perfectly, but whatever you're doing too much of, I'm saying, that in turn makes this wheel turn. Then you can begin to worry about your hopes and wishes and kind of getting out of that complacent energy of what you're used to and getting into something new. We get down here, patience, all of that, everything we just said requires uber patience, mega patience. You need it. You need it. You may find yourself this month, dear fire sign, just frustrated. There ain't enough air to make your fire go. Somebody else trying to throw water on your shit. You may need to just find the patience. There again, this is sitting underneath the power and the 2 of coins. That indecisive energy, that wishy-washy energy. You may need to be patient with yourself and or the situation that you're dealing with. Especially when we come back here, we have some third party shit. Kids, the baby up there. Not necessarily that anybody is having a baby, but if you've got kids involved, same thing. You have to have some patience. Forgiveness, healing, all of that requires patience. And that may mean you need to chill it out a bit. This ain't fire. This is not fire. This is Sir King of Cuppies. This is emotional shit. And you may need to just sit down on the emotional shit. Notice the reddish hue tinge here, the fire type shit back there. You may need to put some of that activity, that action you want to jump into, you may need to put that to the background and sit down and get in your cups and have some patience. Get in your emotions, Sagittarius. You need to understand how you're feeling things. And that's sitting up under the 2 of coins and wishy-washy shit. You know, you got your money up in the air. You got your spiritual well-being up in the air because of whatever's going on. You need to, as we said, the King of Wands, you may need the strength of him to move forward for your personal growth, but also for your sanity. You may need the cool of the King of Cups. So that requires a little bit of patience. That may mean you need to sit your ass down and get a cup. Lemonade, vodka, whatever you sipping on. Coffee, tea, whatever. Sit down and observe. And this card has really been singing that a lot. Sit down and just look at, you see dude looking, just look at what's going on. This too will help you bring some balance back into your own experience because you're giving yourself the opportunity to sit down and observe what's going on. Again, that's going to take patience on your part. Parenting with the communications card, the Ace of Swords. Many of you are home with the kiddos. I saw a video today with a mama. She had a joint. She had a cell phone in the car and she motherfucked everybody. She's like, y'all need to hurry up and figure out because these kids, if you don't, I'm going to kill my kid. She pretty much just put it out there. I can't. She was tired. Here, this can go one of 2 ways. Those of you that have parents that you care for, you may need to start communicating a little clearer about what you need them to do, what their expectations are of you. On the flip side of that, same thing with kiddos. You may need to speak a little clearer and a little louder about what your expectations are. And this is not just a, I told you to sit down. No, this has got roots in education. You know, you may need to start communicating with your kids the importance of education and that their situation may change permanently. A lot of people are not thinking about this. You know, all this coronavirus and shit, and we done sent all the kids home. We may well be moving into the age of everybody gonna be homeschooled and doing online learning. Ooh, you're gonna have to start communicating with your kids about what they need to be doing for themselves. Come on. That is sitting up here underneath this. The healing. There's some things with your kids you may need to heal. You got older kids, teenage kids, they done some stupid shit. And you may have to get into this mode. You need to heal some things. They may be upset about things you don't know about. And now it all comes out because everybody's sitting in the house and they're bored and you can't hide shit. When everybody got to be at home, it gets very difficult to start hiding emotions and feelings because you're looking at folks every day. So you may need to bring, it's your challenge for the month, that energy of healing to this situation. Again, same goes for parents. If you've got parents, you may need to open the lines of communication. You may hear some things, but they let me go and I'm bad at the nursing home. Come on now. Bringing it, whichever side of the parenting pole you happen to be on. At the end of all of this, I can't say it again, but yeah, it's about communicating. And once you start communicating, especially about things that you don't ordinarily talk about in the light of day, the moon card, secrets and things coming out that is sitting catacorny to this. Things going on with kids in the dark, things going on with spouses and third party situations and, you know, other people all up in your shit. That moon card. It's all going to boil down to the communication. And there's another master number for you, 33. So that's got some pretty big energy behind it. And of course, that's a major card. Communication, on top of all of this, is going to be key for you during the month of April, Sagittarius. Trying to heal things, trying to forgive yourself and forgive people. Patience, communication, those things kind of go hand in hand. When you start communicating with people and you begin to understand their point of view on something or how they're understanding something, it requires patience. It also, for some of you, may require that you forgive people. I know y'all are fire sign and it's easier to just pop the fuck off and go off on some shit. However, during the month of April, you may want to just take a step back again, that King of Cup energy, and just observe. May give you some insights as to why things are the way they are. The financial and material changes that you are going through, again, that's going to require communication. I got it all down here. Some of those financial and material changes are going to relate to your parents, and for others of you, it's going to relate to your kids. So just be open to whatever is coming up, and again, not over exaggerating, overdoing, overstating any of it. Looking at things for what they are as they are. You're talking about communication. Let them know. So however that's resonating with you, let them know how you feel. Let them know whatever it is you need to let them know. Again, communication is a big energy on the board. You're going to have to start talking to people and not just popping off and not explaining what you're popping off about. Just saying. Let's see what else we got for Sagittarius. Don't believe what you hear. So there may be something that you hear and don't believe it. Lie is the word that is coming up with this. It's not no celebration. It's a third party bullshit. And somebody may be blowing smoke up your ass, dear fire sign. Don't believe what you hear. What was the phrase? Trust and verify. So if somebody says something to you about, oh, well, I was here on that day, verify that shit. Just saying. That goes for kids too. And I know a lot of people, because I'm hearing it now, you know, your kids at home and just all kind of shit going on. I'm gonna let that roll. Fuck it. Walk away. Fuck it. Walk away. Some of y'all, let me see, where do I want to put this? Right here. Third party shit. And for some of you, it may be the other person over exaggerating. You get tired of dealing with it, walk away. And healing, hello, and forgiveness kind of hanging around this little phrase here. Fuck it, walk away. You may need to just forgive some folks and walk the fuck away. Maybe time to pack up and move to Beverly, however that's resonating with you. But don't let it take you down some path somewhere where, again, you're throwing yourself out of balance. There's my Rebel cards. Let's see what the Rebel cards got to say. All this activity for the month of April at Sagittarius. See what we got. Want shit to be different? Change yourself first. You want shit to be different? Change yourself first. It just is what it is. A lot of you, again, and you gotta forgive yourself. If you missed something, if you missed an opportunity with someone, or if you missed an opportunity with a job that probably may have had you set up a little better at this point, and all of this is going back to the beginning of this year, the end of last year, where you may have missed something, and now you want to just beat up on yourself. Don't do that. But if you want shit to be different, change yourself first. Let's see what else we got. This is the communication month. Open your mouth. Talk. Use big words like validate, acknowledge, empathize. Open your mouth. Let them know. Come on. What else? Communication. Bump. I'm just saying, it's not difficult. Some of you may be in a situation of where you don't feel like communicating because, again, you feel like you messed up. And until you can go fuck the fear, it will lie to your face. Move on. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Fuck the fear. It's all different. All of us are going through shit right now that we ain't had to deal with before. Fuck the fear. Fuck it. It's lying to you anyway. Move forward, Sagittarius. Do what you need to do to move forward. Don't get caught in a situation where you feel like you are right now, where you can see your hopes, your wishes, and your dreams, but you know, that's it. You just see them. Don't be afraid to move and change the way you need to. Don't be afraid to communicate with people and let them know how you feel. Don't be afraid to deal with situations that are uncomfortable. A lot of y'all may just want to say, fuck it, move on, but you still need to deal, especially if you got kiddos involved, you know, and you're dealing with a partner that's not being truthful, not being faithful. Speak on it. Communicate. Balance and communication. Two key things for Sagittarius for the month of April. Sag, I'm going to leave your reading here. I love you guys. Please stay safe and stay your ass in the house. I'm just saying. I love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.